Just like we've said time and time again over the last several weeks, countless videos here on this channel, Ant-Man and the Wasp 3 Quantumania is looking like it's going to be a box office nightmare, a disaster, a flop. And here we are, after the mainstream media, Disney, Marvel, everybody tried to lie to the public. Here we are a week after its release. And now the truth is coming out, the numbers are coming out, and it's bad for Marvel. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania box office projected to shrink over 70% in its second weekend. If that holds, Marvel's latest film will have the worst second weekend drop of any superhero film with 100 million plus opening and the worst drop in MCU history. That's what we're talking about right now. And it's so funny, isn't it? Because what did we hear for opening weekend? The same thing from every single member of the mainstream media, from all these Disney and Marvel shills. They were saying, look, Quantumania had the best box office of any Ant-Man movie. And just as I pointed out here on this channel, video after video, that means nothing. This is a movie that had a way bigger budget, a $200 million budget compared to the $130 million budget for Ant-Man and the Wasp. And of course, when you look at that budget, when you look at how much they spent on marketing, we're talking about a $600 million break-even point. And with the fallouts we've been seeing from the MCU, it's going to have to do way more than that. Well, it didn't. And now, what do the entire mainstream media have to admit? That they were wrong. But they're not gonna say we were wrong. They're just gonna run with these headlines now that were on the wall the entire time that they tried to lie about beforehand. Quantumania, worst drop for a Marvel movie. Cocaine Bear, very high. What about Hollywood Reporter? Box office. Ant-Man 3 faces record drop. Cocaine Bear feeling high and happy. If early weekend projections hold, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania is in danger of suffering the worst second weekend decline ever for a Hollywood superhero pick opening to $100 million or more. This is pathetic. Marvel's Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania is facing stormy times at the weekend box office where it could tumble 71.6% to 30 million plus in its sophomore outing. If these projections are right, the pick is in danger of suffering the worst second weekend decline ever for a Hollywood superhero pick opening to 100 million or more at the domestic box office. That would break Superman Dawn of Justice 69%, and it would be worse than every Marvel movie that's come out. It's almost like I said something very similar to this just a few days ago. This movie, just because it was the top opening weekend, doesn't mean shit. As we've seen with Thor: Love and Thunder, even with Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Doctor Strange, they have massive drop-offs. We knew that was going to happen for Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, and now here we are, just a few days into its release, and already it's starting to fall behind. If this second weekend falls somewhere in the $30 to $30 million range, a 68% drop-off somewhere around there, holy fuck. Like, that will be a disaster. This is a sad state of affairs for the MCU. And this is, Mac tweeted this out. This is a comparison chart between Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, Black Widow, and the first two Ant-Man movies. And why is this being compared to Black Widow? Well, because in all likelihood, when you look at the domestic track, it's going to be pretty similar to Black Widow overall with the way that it continues to track down and down and down. And when you look at Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, again, first Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Oh, yay, look, it's so incredible. Monday was a holiday. It was a holiday, so that was higher than all these others. But then look what happened. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and now Friday. The Tuesday was less than Black Widow and the previous two Ant-Men. The Wednesday was significantly less, 3.8 million compared to over 5 million for Black Widow and the other two Ant-Man movies. First Thursday, same thing, below $4 million. And now you have the second Friday, which is better than Ant-Man and Black Widow by a slim margin, but is now tracking behind Ant-Man and the Wasp. What's going to happen when Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania doesn't make as much as Ant-Man and the Wasp? Despite the fact that they said, this is the most important MCU movie since Endgame, you have to go watch. Despite the fact that this has a much higher budget and needs to hit at least $600 million to break even. What's going to be the excuse then? What's Marvel going to do then? What are the shills going to say then? What are all the people who ignored this reality? I've been giving you real numbers for the box office and real projections for what will happen with these second weekend drops. The media does not want to do that because they are deathly afraid. They should have been reporting these really bad weekday numbers, but they weren't. They stopped talking about it because they didn't want to run with that narrative. Well, here they are, and they are forced to now do so because the writing is on the wall. The evidence is right here for everyone to see. This might be the biggest MCU drop-off of all time with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. It was always there if you were actually looking at the numbers, if you weren't trying to bullshit, if you weren't trying to defend these people because, oh, I don't know, access. We'll see how the numbers play out through the rest of the weekend. If it actually does hold up to that 71.6% drop, I think 70% very, very likely, but only time will tell. Let's see what's next for Ant-Man 3. You know, they're going to come up with some other type of excuse. Oh, COVID. Oh, well, it was released in, winter. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Excuses are over. The MCU is dying. And if you can't see that, you need to wake the fuck up. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.